The celebrations on Earth lasted long into the night, long after the fireworks faded, long after the crowds dispersed, long after the Emperor retired from public view. For the first time in 4 years, nobody had anywhere they needed to be. No challenge, no timer, no enemy, no looming death hanging over tomorrow. Just peace. A strange feeling, one that none of them had experienced in a very long time. By sunrise, they were already aboard the Reach diplomatic vessel assigned to transport them toward their prize. 2 worlds, Everlight, Unity, their worlds. Aurora still struggled to comprehend it. The stars stretched endlessly outside the observation windows. The ship glided silently through space. For most of the journey, nobody spoke much. Everyone was tired. Not physically, emotionally. 4 years of surviving had finally caught up to them. Mira sat beside one of the observation windows. Plum slept across an entire couch. Ellie quietly reviewed historical data on the worlds. Pines sat comfortably with Kenny's old telekinetic daggers resting inside their case beside him. Aurora stood near the main projector, watching, thinking, processing. Then the ship computer activated. A holographic display filled the room. 2 worlds appeared, rotating slowly, beautiful, untouched, waiting. The room immediately became quiet. Even Plum sat up. Unity appeared first. The smaller of the 2 worlds, a vibrant green planet covered in vast forests and rolling plains. Silver rivers cut across entire continents. Massive inland seas reflected sunlight like mirrors. Several mountain ranges stretched across the northern hemisphere. The world looked alive, gentle, hopeful. The computer zoomed in further. Millions of square kilometers of untouched wilderness, perfect farmland, perfect settlement locations, perfect future. A second image appeared. Everlight, the larger world. Golden oceans, brilliant white coastlines, dense tropical regions, huge archipelagos, towering mountain chains. Its atmosphere shimmered slightly differently than Unity's, creating sunsets that lasted nearly twice as long as most inhabited worlds. The room watched silently. The 2 planets slowly rotated together. Then the computer zoomed outward. Aurora smiled. The planets hung remarkably close to one another, not dangerously close. Just enough. Each world clearly visible from the other, at night, every night, like giant moons. Connected. Forever. Ellie finally broke the silence. That's actually beautiful. Plum nodded. That's stupidly beautiful. Mira stared. They can literally see each other. Aurora smiled. Good. Pines quietly nodded. The old Reaper seemed strangely thoughtful. Then Ellie pointed toward Everlight, the history file. The display shifted. Information appeared. Historical ownership, territorial claims, imperial records. Then the line appeared. Formally awarded to Lord Rain during the 11th Eclipse Games. The room became quiet again. Aurora stared. Pines folded his arms. Nobody missed the significance. Lord Rain's world. Taken after his treason. Confiscated. Removed from his control. Now awarded to Aurora. The irony wasn't lost on anybody. Plum laughed first. Darius would have found that hilarious. The room smiled. Even Pines. Yeah. The old Reaper looked toward the planet. He probably would have. The journey continued. Hours passed. Stories started. Memories started. Slowly. Naturally. The way they always did when family traveled together. Plum recounted old sponsor challenges. Ellie corrected her version every few minutes. Mira shared embarrassing stories nobody knew. Aurora nearly died laughing. Even Pines contributed occasionally, though mostly by correcting everyone's exaggerated versions of events. The atmosphere felt lighter than it had in years. Then eventually the conversation shifted, toward the eclipse itself. 4 years. 4 years compressed into memories. Aurora listened quietly, then eventually stood. The room gradually fell silent. The girls looked toward her. Pines glanced up too. Aurora smiled softly. I never actually thanked you. Pines immediately frowned. No. Aurora nodded. Yep. No. Yep. The room laughed. Pines pointed. We're not doing this. Aurora ignored him, completely, which was unfortunately something she'd inherited from Kenny. Aurora looked around the room, at her family. Then back at Pines. You all keep congratulating me. The room listened. You keep saying I won. You keep saying I earned this. She pointed toward the projector, toward the planets, toward everything waiting for them. Truth is, she smiled, I shouldn't even be alive. Pines immediately shook his head. Aurora ignored him again. I mean it. The room became quiet. Aurora looked directly at him. If Uncle Pines never entered the 12th eclipse, the old Reaper's expression shifted slightly. Aurora continued. If he never came back, if he never joined Sparkle Doom, if he never crossed paths with Darius, if he never revealed the truth. The realization began spreading. Mira saw it first, then Ellie, then Plum. Aurora pointed toward herself. Kale succeeds. Silence, heavy silence. Aurora continued. He kills me. He walks away. Darius stays our enemy. The faction falls apart. The games end completely differently. Nobody spoke. Nobody could. Because she was right. Aurora slowly approached Pines. The old Reaper looked uncomfortable already, which made Plum smile. Good. He deserved it. Aurora stopped in front of him. You always act like you just tagged along. Pines rolled his eyes. I did. No. Aurora's voice became firm. You don't get to dodge this one. The room immediately fell silent. Aurora pointed toward every person present. Mira's alive because of you. Mira immediately teared up. Plum's stronger because of you. Plum sniffed. Ellie's smarter because of you. Ellie looked away. And I'm standing here because of you. The room became completely still. Aurora smiled. The 12th eclipse doesn't end the same way without Pines. Silence. Then Mira started clapping, softly. The others immediately joined. Plum, Ellie, Aurora. The sound filled the room. Pines looked horrified, absolutely horrified, which only made it better. Stop. Nobody stopped, seriously. Nobody stopped. This is embarrassing. Plum laughed through tears. Good. The clapping continued. Pines buried his face in one hand. The girls laughed. Aurora laughed. Mira laughed. Even Ellie smiled. Eventually, the old Reaper surrendered. The smallest smile appeared, the kind that only family ever got to see. The room erupted into cheers. Outside the observation window, the planets grew larger. Unity first, green, beautiful, waiting, Everlight hanging in the distance behind it like a brilliant jewel in the darkness. 2 worlds, 2 futures, 1 family. Aurora stood beside the window watching them grow closer. For 4 years, she had fought to survive. Now, for the first time, she finally had something worth building. And beside her stood the people who helped make it possible. The age of the eclipse was over. The age of Everlight and Unity was about to begin.